Say hello to Jaguar's first ever electric car, built from the ground up with Jaguar values while ready to leap onto the future. This is the Jaguar I-Pace, now available in Malaysia. And before we take a quick walk around, be sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time we make a new upload. But ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the future? Now with this beautiful red example, you can see just how beautiful the new Jaguar I-Pace is. Designed from the ground up as an electric vehicle, you can see that its proportions are traditional but revolutionary. At the front, you can see the very large emphasis on aerodynamics with air breathers down here, as well as a very large grille that actually feeds air underneath the bonnet and then over the windscreen to provide one of the lowest drag coefficients of any Jaguar in history. That grille is of course flanked by full LED headlights replete with adaptive beam technology, ensuring that you always have optimum lighting conditions no matter what. And down the side you'll see 20-inch alloy wheels, which were chosen specifically to maximize range. Now in terms of charging, the Jaguar I-Pace can charge via an AC socket at up to 11 kilowatts, which will be able to recharge the car from 0 to 80% in a little over 8.5 hours. Of course, if you are traveling, your I-Pace can also charge at up to 100 kilowatts, allowing you to do the same amount of charge in about 30 to 40 minutes. This means that the I-Pace is as much a town car as it is something for you to take over a longer distance, which I'm certain a lot of Jaguar customers will enjoy. Now, despite this relatively sloping roofline, there is actually a lot of space inside, and this is very evident from what lies behind the tailgate, because back here you will find a large amount of storage, certainly enough to pack 5 people's worth of luggage in here, because that is exactly what you'd expect from a Jaguar touring sports car, or at least that's how they bill it. Now, the other thing that you'd expect from a Jaguar of this kind is a sumptuous interior, and that's exactly what the I-Pace delivers. This interior, while something of a reinvention for Jaguar, still carries very Jaguar hallmarks in terms of its design and presentation. So up front, you get the award-winning Pivi Pro infotainment system, which is not only beautiful to look at, but also incredibly responsive and very graphic intensive, which means it looks great and it feels great too. And this is of course supplemented by the full digital instrument cluster up ahead of the driver, which again is very customizable and offers a whole load of information without overwhelming the driver in terms of the amount of information that's presented to them. And then beneath that sits another touchscreen, which helps to work the HVAC controls, which again is presented in a very beautiful manner. Although that said, the pixel density of this screen is not quite as nice as what you get from the other screens, which is rather noticeable. And you do get even more screens here with the controls for the heated, ventilated seats, as well as the fan and temperature controls here on these knobs, where you can push and pull for various different functions. Now you may be wondering, where is the gear selector? Well, it's all here. Because it's an electric vehicle, drive is selected via a series of buttons, with park being the most obvious, with the other buttons all available here. And on this side, you have controls for the air suspension, as well as the drive modes, and even the cruise control and speed limiter, behind which sits a wireless charger, and you even have another space here for you to just put your phone if you'd rather have it more displayed, or you can leave it back here if you'd rather have it charged. Now, it is worth noting that in terms of space, the I-Pace, despite being a mid-size SUV, offers enough space in here that it actually competes against a class above. And that is largely down to the seats, which are very thin and yet also provide excellent amounts of support while offering a good degree of electric adjustment in terms of lumbar, side support, and even under-thigh support. But I can talk a lot, but it'd be much better if I showed you, right? Well, you can see with this seat setup in my driving position, I have absolutely acres of knee room and a good amount of headroom despite this full glass panoramic sunroof. which with this darkened interior certainly does help to lift the overall ambience. However, you can of course have your I-Pace with a lighter colored interior should you so want to. That is the beauty of buying a Jaguar Land Rover product, because you can pick and choose specification depending on what it is that you want. So you can have your JLRM product tailored specifically to you. Now, some of the standard features in here include a Meridian surround sound system, which I'm sure sounds excellent. You also get USB-C ports back here and a 12-volt socket should you still have one of those archaic little USB sockety type things. And of course you have ISOFIX mounts and a center console with a couple of cup holders and aircon vents on the pillars, which are certainly very appreciated. Overall, it's quite clear the I-Pace is more than just a pretty looking thing. It's also a car that you can use every day. With 480 kilometers of range, with prices starting at 460,000 ringgit, the Jaguar I-Pace is now in a class of one. However, in the extended EV lineup, it has to compete with the likes of the Mercedes-Benz EQE, which more notably offers a significant amount more range. However, Jaguar intends to claw that back with typically Jaguar dynamics, which we are certainly very excited to test when the opportunity is presented to us. Let us know what you think about the new I-Pace in the comment section below. Do you think that this is accurately priced? Do you believe that it's competitive? And more importantly, have you placed your booking? And if you have, again, let us know in the comment section below when you will be receiving yours, because we're told by Sime Darby Motors that this should be in here very, very soon. In any case, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and I-Pace.